would be a lie if I say Taeyang didn't get surprised seeing JK's painting room because even though he knew JK liked him, he never thought Jungkook would be this crazy for him, and even thinking about it made Taeyang shiver. Jimin, I thought Jungkook only liked you, but it seems like he is crazily in love with you. Tae, I don't know Jimin, but how is it even possible? Jimin, why it is not possible? Tae, because we used to hate each other. Jimin, but what if he has never hated you like you did? Tae, but still he won't have a chance. Jimin, he said with an annoyed expression. Tae, what? Jimin, to whom are you lying, Tae? Tae, I don't know Jimin, but this is how I feel. Jimin sighed as he stood up from his seat. Let's stop this now. I need some fresh air. He went out of the cafeteria as Taeyang followed him. Days passed as tension between Taekook got increased. Taeyang was avoiding Jungkook as much as he can while Jungkook was so desperate to have a moment with Taeyang. But after all these struggles, Taeyang was the one who won as he was able to successfully avoid Jungkook almost about 90% of the times they meet each other. 1 to 2 months passed eventually with no talk, no bullying, no interactions. Almost everyone in the college was quite okay with this nature of Taekook, but someone was not okay with any of these. It was none other than Hyunjin, because Taeyang wasn't bullying Jungkook like he used to, and Hyunjin wasn't pleased by this as he always liked it when Taeyang showed JK his place, which helped him to battle against Jungkook as Jungkook always blocked his way towards Taeyang, and Yunjin was ready to risk anything to make JK lose against him by KOOK or HOOK. Yunjin always wanted to pick a fight with Jungkook as he was looking for a chance, but Jungkook was not in the mood almost all the time, which always destroyed Yunjin's plan. But one day he got his chance. Jungkook had a football match and got a red card after being aggressive on the field, causing his team to lose against one of their rival teams as he got eliminated in the middle of the match. Because of this, Jungkook was quite angry with himself as well as with the referee, and Yeonjin utilized this moment to execute his cunning plan. Jungkook was on his way to their changing room when he was stopped by Yeonjin in the middle. Hyunjin, wow, what's up, loser? He intentionally shouted in high pitch to annoy Jungkook, but like always, Jungkook tried to ignore him and move away. So Hyunjin intentionally dragged Taeyang's name into the conversation, knowing Jungkook won't leave without firing back once Taeyang's name is taken. Hyunjin, what a shame, lol. You broke the rules intentionally, didn't you? Loser JK. I don't think Taeyang would ever like a loser like you, lol. Jungkook was trying his best to avoid Yeonjin, but when someone tried to badmouth or say that he don't match for Taeyang, he gets angry. JK, what did you say, huh? What did you say? He yelled loud. Yeonjin, wow, wow, there you are, the fierce monster. JK, yeah, I'm a monster. Why? What? What are you gonna do with it, huh? He growled as he kept pushing Yunjin aggressively with a challenging look like he was calling for a fight, being almost about to cross his red line. Yunjin's back hit on the wall as Jungkook held him from his neck, pushing him against the wall so hard. Yunjin, you will never ever have Taeyang, you son of... 'Cause I'm always one step higher than you. Jungkook grinded his teeth as he raised Yunjin while holding from his neck, making him... Yunjin, Taeyang accepted me. He's going to prom with me, he said with a smirk while on each and every word as Jungkook was him. JK, that's not true, you MF, he said as his grip unknowingly got loosened as Hyunjin took his chance to free himself from JK by pushing him away. JK, it can't be true. You're lying, he desperately yelled. Hyunjin, oh, poor Jungkook is hurt, he said with a mocking voice. Jungkook was about to punch Hyunjin when Hyunjin made him hold on for a moment. Hyunjin, wait. If you want, I have a proposal, he said while smirking, making Jungkook frown. Hyunjin, I'll back off, but only under one condition, he said, leaning against the wall this time, making Jungkook impatient. Hyunjin, that is, you have to make Taeyang fall in love with you before prom night, he said as he knew it would never happen, or at least not this sooner. Chan, but we have only 15 days left for the prom. One of Hyunjin's friend, Chan, said out of nowhere. Hyunjin, right, this is the challenge. So what do you think, Jungkook? Do you agree? He asked with a bigger smirk this time. Taeyang was walking past by the place as he held on the spot to see what was happening. They, hey, what's happening here? He asked one of the boys who were there. Uh, Tae, you are here? He visibly gulped. Tae, why? What's the issue? The boy gulped as he knew Taeyang would surely get upset if he get to know that Yunjin gave a bet to Jungkook to make Taeyang fall in love with him before prom. But nevertheless, he didn't have any other option than telling it. Yunjin gave a bet to Jungkook to make you fall in love with him before prom, he said with the I'm sorry look. Tae, what? Taeyang gasped as Jimin narrowed his eyes with confusion, making Taeyang double shocked, raising Tae's anger. Jungkook, I agree. Let's see who wins, he said without knowing Tae heard him, as Yunjin smirked with a satisfied expression seeing Taeyang dashing out of the place after hearing Jungkook, getting more angry while Jimin ran after Taeyang to convince him to calm down. Jimin, Tae, wait. It might be a misunderstanding, Tae. We only heard the last part. We both know he loves you. Tae, so what, huh? Tae stopped suddenly as he turned towards Jimin. Love me or hate me, what's the point on it? Did you saw how he casually bet on me? On me, Jimin? You heard it, right? And that is also to make me fall in love with him. He aggressively chuckled. Jimin, but still we don't know what exactly happened there, Tae. Tae, oh, okay then, let's go and ask it directly from them then, he said angrily when he turned to go back when Jimin stopped him. Jimin, Aish, Tae, calm down. Let's solve this slowly, okay? Now it's not the right time, so let's go for now, as it's already late for us to leave. He somehow managed to drag Taeyang out. 2 days passed as Taeyang was trying so hard not to burst out in front of Jungkook every time they meet. And Jungkook already understood something was off with Taeyang's behavior, even though he couldn't guess what might be the reason behind it, as he didn't know they heard him and Yunjin. Taeyang and Jimin were in the cafeteria when Jungkook came to them as he forwarded a strawberry milkshake bottle to Taeyang, to which Taeyang acted like he didn't see him, while Jimin literally understood Taeyang was in the verge of bursting out in any minute as he had been caging his rage towards JK for straight 2 days after that incident. It wasn't like Jungkook hasn't bought strawberry milk for Taeyang before, because so he used to deliver their strawberry milk via Jungkook whenever he forgot it. But today, Taeyang's ego was too high, which made him reluctant to accept it from JK's hand. JK, Tae? He called Tae once again, still holding the strawberry milkshake bottle in front of Taeyang. Jimin, keep it there, Jungkook. He is not in a good mood today, he said, pointing at the table, to which JK's face turned into a worried expression. JK, huh? Are you okay, Tae? He said as he placed the strawberry milkshake on the table as he moved closer to Taeyang. Taeyang sarcastically chuckled. Oh wow, look who is asking whether I'm okay or not, he said as the volume of his voice grew louder as Jimin warned Tae, making Jungkook confused even more. Jimin, Tae, don't forget we are in the cafeteria. Tae, so what, Gosh? And you? He said, turning to JK's side. Don't try to act innocent, Jungkook, and don't think I will fall in love with you because of your these acts. Plus, don't pretend like you care about me. JK, what are you even saying, Tae? He asked as he looked at Jimin also, being unable to process anything. Tae, don't try to fool us, Jungkook. We already heard everything by our own. JK, I still don't understand what you're trying to say, Tae. Tae, make me fall in love with you before prom. Wow, what a bet, they asked sarcastically. That's when Jungkook understood what Taeyang was talking about. JK, you were there? He shuddered. Taeyang chuckled while Jimin nodded his head. JK, Tae, it's not like what you think. It was just. He was out of words when Taeyang cut off him. Tae, a bet, isn't it? He said aggressively this time, making Jungkook sigh heavily. JK didn't know what he should do now and how he should make it up to Taehyung and how he should clear this misunderstanding. JK, Tae, I was out of my mind that time and please believe me, I didn't agree to him intentionally. All I wanted was to stop you from going to the prom with him. Tae, wow, what an excuse. JK, no Tae, it's the truth. Believe me, please. Tae, oh really? Then may I know why should I believe you, huh? He shouted with a quite high pitch, grabbing the attention of whole cafeteria as Jimin stood up from his seat, panicking. But before Jimin could say anything, Jungkook's voice echoed in the cafeteria. Jungkook, because I love you, Tae, I love you so much. He finally confessed his love for him as tears formed in his eyes, being unable to control himself as he tried to go closer to Tae. Everyone in the cafeteria was surprised by this sudden confession and started to feel so jealous of Taehyung. But that didn't last so long because Jungkook was about to hold Taehyung from his both hands when Taehyung suddenly pushed Jungkook away from him, being visibly angry as everyone around him gasped at the action. Tae, love? Huh? Tae laughed like a maniac for a second. Love? How the hell our enemy turned suddenly into a love, Imao? He continued with a sarcastic evil laugh like he was making fun of Jungkook. JK, no Tae, I never hate you. I always loved you, Tae. Believe me, I fell in love with you at the very first moment I met you, he said with an aching heart as his voice sounded so broken. Tae, huh? How the hell did you even thought I would love you back? He shouted this time, doubling the volume of his voice. JK, Tae, please. Jungkook's heart couldn't accept that he was going to have his first heartbreak, and his heart wasn't ready for it, as he wanted to disappear from the world before getting rejected by Taehyung, his love, whom he loved more than anyone in his life. Tae, you filthy peasant. How dare you even to think of loving me? You are nothing but a son of a servant, Jungkook. So don't you even dare to think about me, cause you will never ever have me. He shouted, holding Jungkook from his collar, shaking him, while Jungkook's eyes couldn't hold back his tears anymore. His eyes had turned blood red by now. His hand was in fist. He couldn't believe what he was hearing. He never thought Taeyang will be this rude towards him, no matter how much they had bullied him before. No words were coming out from his mouth as he just blankly stared at Taeyang, while his heart was breaking into pieces, hearing Taeyang's harsh words which made him feel like dying. Jimin was feeling so sorry for Jungkook as he didn't know what he should do at the moment. Meanwhile, everyone were gathered around the table while gossiping with each other. Jungkook felt so embarrassed, but it was just a small thing compared to what was happening to his heart hearing these harsh words, which made him feel embarrassment feel like nothing. Tae, I hate you, Jungkook, and I will never ever love you, he said at last after a straight 10-minute insulting session, signing so hard as he released JK's collar. And then he did something which made JK lose his last ring of consciousness. That was after releasing JK's collar, Taeyang took a tissue and wiped his hands with a disgusted expression and placed the tissue on JK's hand before walking away, making Jimin shake his head with an expression of saying no, as he felt so disappointed about Taeyang's action. Jungkook stared at the tissue which was on his hand as he harshly wiped his tears. He could hear the boys and girls around him were gossiping, saying different things about him, and how some were laughing at the situation, which made him feel like he wanted to disappear due to the embarrassment and the shame. But he had no strength, no confidence to move a bit anymore. But he finally gathered his courage as he dashed out of the college. Jimin, I'm so sorry, Jungkooka. Jimin shouted with an apologetical look, but Jungkook had already left the place by then. Hyunjin slowly sat on one of the chairs, relaxing his body while combing his hair with one hand as he smirked, seeing JK's dashing out figure, giving a high-five to Chan, displaying a wicked laugh full of victory, feeling so satisfied.